So I just want to preface this by saying I'm not talking about like the derogatory term that some people call mentally slower people. They're like, oh, he's special. That's not what I'm talking about. Hola, habaneros! Today's gonna be a little bit of a more serious video. Not sad for the most part. I mean, you've already read the title, which I've already decided on. Not everyone needs to be special. And like I already said, I'm not talking about like what some people call special ed kids. I'm talking about like a special, like different from everyone else. Now, some people will say, well, Tara, everyone's special. And to that I say, if everyone's special, then no one's special. But what I'm talking about isn't you don't matter. And a lot of times what people refer to is everyone's special. Everyone can be successful and like famous and stuff. No, not everyone can, because if everyone was famous, no one would be famous. That's not how any of this works. But what I mean by that is not everyone has to be like super different, like have their own super cool, unique trait about them, which it's almost hypocritical that I'm making this video because I haven't quite come to terms with that fact. One of my biggest fears, aside from, you know, getting murdered in the middle of the night or, you know, falling off a cliff or having North Korea nuke us because Donald Trump can't shut his mouth, is being forgotten, which actually sounds really narcissistic because it's like, oh yeah, everyone needs to remember me, but that's not what I mean. It's just, I know what a lot of people think when they say it is like, you don't want people to forget you after you're dead. I don't want to be forgotten in life because it doesn't really matter if you're dead because you're dead, you know? Of course, it would be nice if I was famous, but being forgotten or remembered or whatever shouldn't really matter that much to you after you're dead because you're dead, because you won't even know if you've been remembered. But I mean in life, I just don't like being forgotten about. A lot of times people make plans without me while I'm sitting right there, which I mean, it's not like that's a crime. It just happens a lot, so it gets to me. If you look back at my older videos, which I don't suggest, but if you want some context, then you could. I was trying to be someone I wasn't because I wanted to be special. I wanted people to remember me. I wanted to be cool. And I thought being random was cool. A lot of people did too, but I think more so I tried to internalize it into myself. I tried to change who I was so that I could be remembered. I guess. It didn't work. That's what I'm trying to say when being special doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, I mean, to some people it does, but I don't think what matters is being special to everyone. Like some celebrities are like, everyone thinks that they're special. It matters that the people who you associate yourself, your friends, your family, a significant other, sees you as special in some way. Because I mean, if they think that you're just like everyone else, then why are they friends, or why are they dating you, or why are they friends with you rather than someone else, right? So I think that's what really matters. But not everyone needs to be one of a kind, world star, whatever, in whatever you do. Of course, it would be nice. A lot of people aspire to it. A lot of people wouldn't complain if they were famous, except for, I don't know. I feel like being famous is also really tough on people because you constantly have people after you, but that's a whole different video. Another thing that I think about when thinking about like trying to be special as I was brainstorming this video is not everyone that you like or look up to is going to like you back. That's my kitty. She doesn't like me back. She hates me. Yeah, she hates me. But the thing is, not everyone you like is gonna like you back. Whether it be in a like platonic friendshipy way, or someone you have a crush on. And I just, not a long time ago, I'm still working on this. So basically, kind of in the past, but kind of like trying to not do this now, I tried to change myself to be more like the person I like or look up to or want to be friends with, because I think that that's going to make them like me in return or look up to me back. So I literally tried to turn into a different person because I wanted people like me. And sometimes it's because I really want to be friends. Sometimes it's because I really like the person. But I mean, it's never worked, so maybe I should stop, because I haven't done it in a while. I probably haven't done it in over a year and a half now, but I used to do it a lot. And even if you succeed, it takes something away from you, because if somebody decides to be your friend because you've done that, because you become more like them or more like people they hang out with, they chose to become friends with you or even date you, even though none of that has ever happened. It's never worked. They chose to do that because you weren't yourself. And that is probably the worst part, because that means that their decision to like you or be friends with you was based on something that you were projecting that isn't even who you are as a person. So them liking you is like fake, and you know that. They might not know that, but you know that. You're like, they like me, but they don't like me. So don't try to change yourself to fit in with a group of people. And let me just preface this, lately a lot of things get taken out of context, so I have to explain myself. I don't mean that if you're like a murderer, a rapist, you torture children, you torture animals, you do terrible things that you shouldn't change or seek help, okay? Or if you have like a mental illness, that you shouldn't seek help. I mean, like, you shouldn't change who you are, like your personality, I guess, unless your personality is killing people. Yeah. You wouldn't think that this could get misconstrued that way, but it definitely can. So I'm just covering my ass here. So anyway, as I was saying, don't change yourself to try and fit in with someone that you look up to or like or want to be friends with. Don't do it, because even if you succeed and they end up liking you back or wanting to be friends with you, they don't like you. Maybe they would like you, but they didn't do it because they liked you. They liked what you were projecting and trying to be. So it just puts you in a bad mental state. Even when I did it, it was even worse because it didn't work. Because I was like, not only do they not like me as who I am, but they don't like anything that I can do. They don't like what I can like act as. They don't even like that. So what's the point, right? They don't even like what I can act as, like the caricature I can portray, because you just become a caricature who's always worried about what other people think. And yes, I am very aware of what people think of me. I try really hard. For most people, I have a deep need to be accepted by my peers and people I like. Not all my peers, though. I hate a lot of people my age, but I'm saying, like, the ones that I actually care about, I have a deep need to be accepted, and there's a lot of times that I'm not. But that doesn't mean that I should start trying to change my my personality again, because that's even worse, and yeah, it probably won't work anyway, so what's the point, right? So yeah, I haven't really like changed myself in a long time, and I'm kind of proud of that. Sometimes I get an urge to, like, somebody I might like or want to be friends with will just will portray like a certain trait, and I'm not like that, but I try to be because I really want them to notice me or like me or whatever. So I try to, like, I'm like, hey, I should be more, and then I'm like, no, Tara, you should not. You should stop. and just be who you are, and whoever likes you, and whoever doesn't like you, and that's just the way, what you're gonna have to accept. And it's worked pretty well, I would say. I mean, I've actually been doing it, and although it still isn't super great when people don't accept me, it's a lot better than being someone who I'm not and still not getting accepted. So yeah, being special isn't necessarily important in some senses. I know I wouldn't mind being famous, at least from what I've seen, except for I probably would. I'd probably hate it, to be honest, because people be all up in my business. I just would want to be famous so I could actually succeed. Because, you know, famous people, they can do anything. Like the Kim Kardashian, she can do anything that she wants and it will succeed because, well, she's Kim Kardashian, right? And it's not like that for other people. So I think that's almost what other people think of when they say that they want to be famous. My cat is so loud. But, you know, being special isn't important. So if you're worried that you don't have a defining feature or something about you that makes you super, like, stand out from the crowd, different, it's not a big deal. Because, I mean, if you look over in a crowd from, like, way up in the sky, for the most part, unless there's somebody, like, dressed way differently, you're not going to see a difference. Even in that crowd, there could be famous people, but you're not going to see a difference. Because you're, like, way up in the sky. Like, you're just seeing a bunch of people, right? And their subtle differences aren't going to matter to you. And that's just, like, strangers walking by. Like, what you are, for the most part, isn't going to really matter to them. What matters is what the people close to you, is that the people close to you see something in you that they like, because, I mean, otherwise, why would they be close to you, right? They see something in you that is special or different, or just that very, like, unique to them that they like. Because I do believe that everyone's different. Like, there's no two people who are exactly the same. But at the same time, if everyone's special, no one's special. So that's my spiel. So thanks for watching, and stay true to yourself, I guess. That sounds so cheesy. Also, here's the thing. If you try to be someone else to be accepted, I know, okay, there's this really cheesy quote. I know it's cheesy, but it really applies to the situation. Be yourself. Everyone else is taken, right? That's really cheesy and really overused, and I don't think it's, for the most part, ever used in, like, the right context. But, yeah. Try to be yourself, I guess, if you have a problem like I do, which I've never heard of anyone having a problem like I do. So, maybe nobody does, and I'm just, like, spewing my issues out on the internet for no reason. But thanks for watching. Over to my outro. Go ahead and click subscribe, please. Yeah, I'm not even gonna comment on the, actually, I am commenting right now, but I don't even want to make a video on the Logan Paul thing. One, it would be super late. Two, it's giving him more views, and I feel like everything that I could have said has already been said, except the one thing that I want to say about the whole Logan Paul filming a dead person in Aguilhara Forest, or I don't know how to pronounce it, the otherwise known as the Suicide Forest, which I think is not a good thing to call it, but I don't know how to pronounce the real name. The one thing I do have to say about that I haven't seen anyone else say yet, is he either did it, one, because he knew it would be controversial. Whether it's fake or not, whether it's fake or real, he knew it would be controversial and that it would get him views and would get people talking about him. Or two, he's just fucking dumb and it was real. I think the only way it's fake is if it's option one, but it could be real in option 1 or 2. And that's what I have to say about that. I think there's like about a 50% chance that he might have done it specifically because he knew it would get him controversy and therefore get people talking about him. Anyway, that's what I have to say about that. I already did my outro, so bye!